it is very big thing to get an placement in such a product based in such a big company, and also an off-campus placement. As I can say from my experience, I am from a tier 3 college, so it doesn't matter at all for Flipkart hackathon that you are from which college. Any university, you just need that skill, that experience, that DSA, you can say that DSA concepts clarity and OOPS concept clarity, that's all. It was an off-campus placement. So I got this opportunity from one of the Flipkart hackathon, that is GRID. So last year it was GRID 7.2. So from that, after getting into finale, we got opportunity for interviews for the PPO and internship both. So when I shared this with my faculty members, so they told me that if I want to get placed there, then I will not be able to get any company from my campus, because that was the 4th year starting. So they said you will be interning the 6 months, then you will not be getting any placement. Then after 6 months your 4th year will be ended. Then we will not be responsible for your placement if you didn't get the full time. So it was a threatening moment for me to choose any one thing, to choose the campus or academics, or to choose the off-campus placement.
Do you think you made some mistakes that if given a chance you would not repeat?
Yes, so the major mistake I did is not focusing on project from the beginning. So I started making projects in the end of 2nd year. So it was very late to make project. If I restart my journey, so for the 1st year, I will start giving my more time to DSA. I think DSA should be started from the 1st year only. It needs more focus, it needs to be consistent. So I think I will start DSA from my 1st year. So for entire hackathon, if we see, then DSA takes a major part, as we know that there were 2 coding rounds. So DSA has more weightage. I watched your videos, like the way you explain with the help of diagrams. You make the sketch diagrams. You also help us to understand the code. You also dry run the code. So, and also the best thing about the course is you give us the questions so that we can learn parallelly, not just listening. We can also do this practical learning at the same time. So it is the best thing to learn.
Hi everyone, and today we're going to interview Shrishti. Shrishti is our Sigma batch student who recently got selected in Flipkart. She comes from a tier 3 college, and this was an off-campus opportunity that she has cracked. She has also been one of the finalists for the Flipkart Grid Hackathon, and she has also participated in multiple hackathons. So today we are going to dive deep into Shrishti's entire journey, including the different hackathons जिनके अंदर हम as a student participate कर सकते हैं. Plus we'll also get to know the entire hiring process of Flipkart through their Flipkart Grid Hackathon. So let's start with the interview. So Shrishti, you got selected in Flipkart. So first of all, let's start with the hiring process of Flipkart. So how many rounds were there and what was asked in each round?
Okay, so first of all, it was an off-campus placement. So I got this opportunity from one of the Flipkart hackathon, that is GRID. So last year it was GRID 7.2. So from that, after getting into finale, we got opportunity for interviews for the PPO and internship both. So the hiring process was like that. There were 2 rounds and both of them were elimination rounds. So first round was technical round. So technical round held in September. So in technical round, they asked about everything about my resume only, like about my projects, my skills, my academics and DSA and OOP concepts. तो उसमें उन्होंने, मैं एक एक करके राउंड्स को क्लैरिफाई करके डिटेल में बताती हूँ, ठीक है. तो पहला राउंड टेक्निकल राउंड था. तो उसमें मुझसे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा था कि आपके कौन सा प्रोजेक्ट है जिसको आप एक्सप्लेन करना चाहोगे. तो मैंने उनको अपने जितने प्रोजेक्ट मेंशन किए थे, मैंने उनको तीनों को बताया था उनको कि मैंने ये प्रोजेक्ट इस हैकाथॉन में बनाया था और इसका ये वर्क है, ये हैकाथॉन इसमें मैंने ये बनाया था, ऐसे करके. फिर उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि ठीक है, मैं ये वाले प्रोजेक्ट से क्वेश्चन करता हूँ. तो मैंने कहा ओके. तो देयर वाज वन प्रोजेक्ट दैट इज़ वुमेन सेफ्टी ऐप दैट आई मेड इन स्मार्ट हिंदी हैकाथॉन. तो उन्होंने उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछे. So in that project, there was one feature that was like we can say stand out from other existing applications of women safety. That feature was shaking feature. Like if the phone gets shake to a particular frequency, then it will trigger alert and it will send your live location, your to your emergency contact and as well as police, and your live location and your every alerts it will send by one shake. And also it will pop up and notification for 3 to 5 seconds. If you want to cancel it, so you can cancel it. So this feature I implemented in that project. So he asked me to implement that feature and he wanted to know how I implemented that feature. So basically I implemented that feature with JavaScript. Okay, so I explained that. मैंने उनको समझाया कि मैंने क्या यूज़ किया है. Then उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि इसको लिख के दिखाओ कोड में, तो मैंने उनको कोड करके दिखाया. Then he asked me to do that thing in a for loop. तो उन्होंने मुझे कंडीशंस पे कंडीशंस दी थी डिफरेंट, तो मैंने उनको उन कंडीशंस के अकॉर्डिंग इम्प्लीमेंट करा था. देन उन्होंने मुझे एक और कंडीशन दी कि अब आपने इसको फॉर लूप में कर दिया, बट ऐसा हो सकता है कि अगर कंकरेंट केसेस आ गए, 2 बार शेक हो गया, देन ये फिर तो हो जाएगा इसमें प्रॉब्लम, इसको कैसे टेक करोगे. देन आई यूज थ्रेड देयर, देन आई यूज थ्रेड डॉट स्लीप सम फंक्शन देयर. So then he said okay. Then that part was completed. After that he asked some questions on OOPS. So about OOPS there he asked all 4 pillars, that is abstraction and all 4 pillars. And then he asked more questions about thread and some questions related to DBMS as well, like asset properties and some SQL queries like second highest salary. That's all. And after that he completed my interview in technical round. That this all happened. Now that I got shortlisted for the final round, that was HR plus technical round.
Okay.
Yes. So in HR plus technical round, first of all, I was asked all the behavioral questions like how you will manage a team project. So उन्होंने पहले पूछा कि आपने पहले कोई टीम प्रोजेक्ट किया है, तो मैंने उनको बताया कि हाँ, I participated in many hackathons and I also made team projects as well, academic projects as well. तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि अगर कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आता है टीम में तो आपने कैसे उसको हैंडल किया है. देन आई एक्सप्लेन दैम इन एज अ सिचुएशन लाइक कि अगर एक पर्सन है मेरी टीम में दैट शी इज़ नॉट एबल टू डू एनी वर्क इन दैट प्रोजेक्ट, सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन और आई विल गिव हिम अ टाइम to learn that tech stack or to understand what we are working, or we can give them any task that's suitable for them. So that's how I handled that situation. Then he asked how will you manage the time pressure? So I answered that question also, how I manage the time pressure, how I divide the task among my team members. Then he asked like how will you see you in your 5 years? So I also answered that question. Then he asked why you want to join Flipkart. Then I said it's one of my dream company, and like it's a big product based company, so it would be very extraordinary, like unexpected thing for me to have a job in Flipkart. Then after that he gave me a DSA question. So in DSA question, that question was related to priority queue. That question was something like I need to I need to find the minimum one and the maximum one both at the same time. So there at that question we need to implement min heap and maxi both at in a particular sequence. So that was the question. So I answered that question. Somehow I fumbled in that question in between because I was confused that firstly we need to implement max heap or firstly we need to implement min heap. But then I understood the concept and I explained that clearly also. And then that's DSA round was done and behavioral questions also done. Then he said my feedback also. Then he asked if any questions I want to ask. Then that round was also over.
Okay, so in Flipkart Grid, there were 2 rounds of interviews. First was technical, second was a mix of HR and technical.
Yes.
ठीक है. So can you tell the students more about this program? Like who exactly is eligible for Flipkart Grid? Was there any initial CGPA criteria or a branch criteria to apply? And कौन से month के अंदर Flipkart आता है इसको लेकर? And क्या हर college के students apply कर सकते हैं? Basically, if some of your juniors they want to apply, then what should they know?
Okay, so for Flipkart Grid, any college student can apply. She should be in particular range of year for a batch. There are I think for this year the batch will be for last 27 batch.
Okay.
From 28 something, 28, 27, 28, 27 or 29. These 3 are eligible.
So first, second, third year students
Yes.
can apply, not
Yes.
fourth year students.
No, I guess, yes. So these all are eligible for that hackathon. And then the first round is actually a screening round where a resume will be shortlisted. So the criteria is that there will be academic performance where CGPA will be checked. I don't know the exact figure, but my CGPA at that time was 8.7. They also check your non-academic achievements as well for screening. After that, if your resume gets shortlisted, then you will proceed to second round.
Okay.
So the second round was coding round. So coding round was about 90 minutes. Its timeline was 90 minutes and there were total 3 questions. 3 questions. So first coding round, we have 3 coding questions, and they were about DP and graphs. So they consist of 2 DP questions and 1 graph question, and we need to do that in 90 minutes. So DP questions was not that much tough; they can be done. So graph question take time. Yes, that round. After that, this round is also an elimination round. So after this round, when you get shortlisted for the 3rd round, so if I tell you, generally there is only 3 rounds, but in previous grade they also implemented one more coding round to get more shortlisting. Yes.
So what is the 3rd round in this?
They also added one more coding round after 2nd round.
Okay. For you, there were 3 rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
So they also added one more round, and that was also an coding round. So the questions were of much more higher level than the previous one. So these were the questions about trees and graphs only. No DP was there. Timeline was similar, 90 minutes, and questions were also similar. 3 questions were there. So there were only graphs and trees questions. So I tried to do 3 of them, but I was able to do the 2 completely. And 3rd one I passed more than half test cases, not full test cases. So after that, I got shortlisted for that round also. So the final round was case study round. In this round, we will get a problem statement from FLIPKART. This problem statement is similar for every finalist. And now we need to form a team of 4. For my team, we need to make a team of 4 people. So there were total 48 finalists from total of applications. It is a national hackathon.
So you were in the 48 finalists students.
Yes.
On a national level for the FLIPKART hackathon.
Yes. Okay. So that hackathon was based on the case study that they provide us. So that we need to make a project with our team, within our team, give within 1 week. So we have a timeline to make that project within 1 week. And then we need to go at headquarters, FLIPKART headquarters, and then we need to present our project in front of judges.
Okay.
There we will give, they will judge us, and they will give us score accordingly. And then among 12 teams, only top 6 teams will get the awards, trophies, and EGVs. So there are total 12 teams, but only 6 teams will get the EGVs and trophies. Rest of all will get certificates, and they have some other trophies for them. Top 6 have EGVs also. These are all the things that have.
So was your team in the top 6?
Yes, our team got in the top 6 also.
Good, great. So everyone in your team got invites for interviewing with FLIPKART?
Yes. So every finalist got the opportunity for giving the interview.
Okay.
Yes.
So to summarize, अच्छा किस month के अंदर आता है FLIPKART Grid?
So it starts in August.
Okay. So to summarize, FLIPKART Grid August के अंदर आता है. इसमें there were 4 rounds for you. First round was resume based shortlisting. Second round was a coding round, like an online assessment. Third round was also a coding round, which was more difficult than the previous one. And fourth was basically an on-site hackathon for the finalists at the FLIPKART office, I'm assuming. And उसके बाद the people who got shortlisted या फिर for the finalists, FLIPKART has the entire interview process. And interview process के अंदर there were 2 rounds of interviews.
Yes.
Good. And इसके बाद you got the offer for
Internship.
6-month internship plus FT.
No, it's
6 month
based on performance PPU.
Okay, 6-month internship and then a performance-based PPU. Okay. So, can throughout the process, can you tell us out of 100 what was the importance of DSA, what was the importance of development, and what was the importance of computer science fundamentals in the entire process?
In the entire process of interviews. Okay. So the weightage of DSA.
Interviews and in fact the entire hackathon process also. Okay.
So for entire hackathon, if we see, then DSA takes a major part, as we know that there were 2 coding rounds. So DSA has more weightage. So DSA also is used in our project as well. So in our project we use try. So there is also DSA is used. So DSA takes the more weightage. And then after that, from 100, I can say that 70% or like 60% is DSA. And now development. So development is not used at all in hackathon. In the assessment process, till the assessment process. But now in the hackathon project, and then after in the interviews also, development is used. So development will be 30%, because as I can say, in the hackathon we made a project, so their development is needed. And also, but in hackathon, the major thing that is needed is our communication skill, our presentation skills, our teamwork. So these all things are majorly parted in the team project. Okay, so in the interview, the development has more weightage, because as I can tell about from my experience, the first round was only about my project. It has totally all the talks about my projects, because he just took one project and he tried to ask everything from my project, and he also asked me to implement all these things. So we should know thoroughly about our project that we are mentioning in our resumes. So development is taking the major part in the interview rounds. And about computer science fundamentals, we can say that it doesn't take that much part, but we should know the basics for computer science fundamentals. Like if I say some topics, so OOPS should be like, you should know the 4 pillars, and you should know some of the topics like threat, and also some of the topics that is covered in OOPS. And also that Sigma batch has OOPS course that helped me to learn OOPS very well. They have explained very well with examples that helped me to learn in easy way. And also aptitude questions, that is also one of my favorite course from Sigma batch, because they explained in such a way that I can remember the whole time, that I can remember from the lifetime that things that they explained in aptitude, because aptitude also is a major part from our academics. So that's why I said about aptitude and logical reasoning. And other computer fundamentals, I can say DBMS. Only DBMS is also a major part for FLIPKART. That's all.
So, Shrishti, in your entire preparation strategy, what did you study in your first year of college, in your second year of college, and in your third year of college?
Okay, so in my first year, I only focused in my academics, as I was a newbie to computer science and B.Tech. So I focused how the academics is going on. So I focused majorly on C in my first semester, and then maths and other subjects. Then from the second year, we learned Python, and then I focused more on C, as my C was only in first semester, but I got interest in C, so I started learning it more in depth. Started reading books, started coding in C as well. Then in the second sem, I also started learning about OS. These all are my academic subjects. Then in the second year, DSA came. Now, then when DSA came, then I got to know that DSA is such an important topic, and also I started coding. So I started daily coding on lead code. I made it my habit to do at least one question daily on lead code. So my strategy was to do streaks, to follow streak daily on lead code. So on, like I can say, in my academics, I do coding on code forces, and in my home or in my hostel room, I do coding at lead code. So this is how I did my coding practices. So in second year, third sem, I started my DSA from academics and from YouTube as well, from your YouTube videos and from your courses as well. And after that DSA, and so I started giving more time to DSA and coding only in third sem. And from fourth sem, I started learning OOPS, because in my academics OOPS came. So I can say that I sequentially worked with my academics and with my parallel homework. So then I started studying OOPS. So in OOPS, I started working with your videos and with my academics as well. And then the subject DBMS came, so I focused on DBMS also. I practiced SQL queries. I did all the assignments that helped me to practice, to get the hands-on experience on writing the queries. And now in the third year, as it was a major year to get placement till the end, so you should get the placement, because you get the FOMO to get the placement. So from the starting of third year, as you know that DSA can't be completed in only one sem. So I started DSA learning from the beginning. In the third year, I started learning DSA from the beginning, and I only focused on learning the DSA from videos from the sketch. As your Sigma batch has first arrays, then string, then a linked list, and after that sequentially I started making notes, trying coding, learning thoroughly, and I fixed my hours also to study DSA. So my third year was only about DSA and coding only. So for academics, I made it for 1 month of, like from my exams, I started learning for my subjects 1 month earlier. Till then, I only studied DSA and coding. And also I already just said that I maintain my streaks. So it made me a habit to do daily questions. So this is how my all journey till third year. Then hackathon came. Then I started focusing on this. That's how all happened.
Okay. So throughout your journey, Shrishti, do you think you made some mistakes that if given a chance you would not repeat?
Yes. So the major mistake I did is not focusing on project from the beginning. So as I said, I said no word in about projects like. So I started making projects in the end of second year. So it was very late to make projects because we should also have at least one internship done in second year. But I was not able to crack an internship due to my projects, due to my mistake that I didn't have any projects. So I think from the first year, I should also focus on making a basic project, but at least one project I should start making from the first sem only, because we don't need to make a big project from the start, but a project can help us to make our resume shine, make our resume unique from others, as we are in first year. And companies want us to have such small experience and small skills to give us an internship. So, and project is a project is a very major thing that I missed.
So Shrishti, you applied in FLIPKART Grid through off campus. You were one of the finalists. So I'm assuming that majority of the students coming there as finalists would be from government colleges, right? And you come from a private college, and this was an off-campus opportunity for you. So was it intimidating for you to be in that zone? And if it was, then how did you overcome that? Because we know that you got selected for the opportunity. We know that your team was one of the finalists, and finally you got the internship offer too. But how did it feel in the last round?
So as per my college, it is very big thing to get an placement in such a product base, in such a big company, and also an off campus placement. So I was totally happy that I got I got selected for internship. But there was one fear in me, like the fear was, if they will allow me to do the placement, how will I manage my academics? And also it is my first internship at such a big company, how will I manage? So there were lots of questions coming up in my mind, like if I made any mistake, how will I manage? How will I face them? How will I face? And also I want to share one of the incident that happened. So when I shared this with my faculty members, so they told me that if I want to get placed there, then I will not be able to get any company from my campus, because that was the fourth year starting. So they said you will be interning in the 6 months, then you will not be getting any placement. Then after 6 months, your fourth year will be ended. Then we will not be responsible for your placement if you didn't get the full time offer. So it was a threatening moment for me to choose any one thing, to choose the campus or academics, or to choose the off-campus placement. But I believe on myself. I thought that I can do it, and I will try my best to get the full time there. So I chose the FLIPKART, and I will prove myself.
Definitely. And you've cleared so many rounds in the entire process that I think that is a testament to that you've worked hard in your journey and you have balanced all of the things well. जैसे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू हो सकता है दैट आई एम इन अ प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी एंड ऑफ कैंपस के अंदर देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स हु आर मे बी कमिंग फ्रॉम टियर 1 कॉलेजेस एंड दे आर ऑल्सो कम्पीटिंग. सो विल आई स्टैंड अ चांस? क्या मेरी जॉब लग पाएगी या मेरी इंटर्नशिप लग पाएगी? तो व्हाट इज योर मैसेज फॉर दोज स्टूडेंट्स?
So according to me, for all the colleges, as I can say from my experience, I am from a tier 3 college. So it doesn't matter at all for FLIPKART hackathon that you are from which college. They didn't do any biasing in that thing. You can be from any college, from any university. It will be private or government. Any university. You just need that skill, that experience, that DSA. You can say that DSA concepts clarity and OOPS concept clarity. That's all. That's all is needed for FLIPKART hackathon. And university is not any factor that is required for FLIPKART grid. They totally don't mention that also in their criteria for filling that in FLIPKART grid. It is also coming this year. So all of the B.Tech students can fill that. The only criteria is B.Tech students are only eligible, and there are particular year that are eligible for filling that. But university criteria is not there. Yes.
So definitely, if you work hard, then we have a live example here. And she was one of the finalists. So if you are working hard, if you are working on your skills, तो there are a lot of opportunities out there जिसके अंदर हम apply कर सकते हैं. So Shrishti, you got selected in Flipkart. You were also a finalist. What do you think were the top 3 strategies that helped you get selected?
Yes. So the top 3 strategies will be, firstly, to maintain the CGPA, because CGPA helped me to stand out in my college as well, because CGPA is not an easy thing to maintain, I know, because one subject and big credits can make your CGPA down, and it can't be that, it can be grown then easily. So maintaining CGPA is my first strategy. Then the second strategy will be to participate in hackathons and to make as much projects as you can, because hackathons give you automatically an opportunity to make projects. So you don't need to think more that which topic should I choose, which tech stack should I choose. Hackathons give you all of the prerequisites automatically. So it will help you to boost your confidence and to give you an lit to initiate your will to make projects. So then the second strategy will be to participate in hackathons. The third strategy will be to make your coding habit. To make to do coding every day. You need to do coding every day. Like if you want to follow the streak, then do it like this. Push your rank on code forces, then do daily coding on code forces, but do coding daily. These 3 strategies will be my strategies.
Okay. And since the first round of Flipkart Grid was resume-based shortlisting, so what do you think was the wow factor in your profile that got you shortlisted?
For me, I think the wow factor is that how I achieved such a success in my academics and out of my academics as well. So in my resume, there were some hackathons that I cracked. There was one hackathon that I cracked that was of Nagaro. So that was also one achievement. The second achievement is I was among super 300 students, like among 300 students in my GR university, among all the total university students.
Top 300
Yes.
students.
Yes, so it is one of the achievement. And major wow factor is my CGPA also. These all the things are the wow factor of my resume.
Can you tell us more about your hackathon experiences? Like when did you start participating in hackathons? आपको hackathons में participate करने से पहले क्या-क्या skills आते थे? And कितने hackathons होंगे जिसके अंदर आपने participate किया होगा?
Yes, okay. So hackathons में participate करने से पहले मुझको development का idea था कि development में क्या-क्या tech stack लगते हैं और development को कैसे बनाना start करना है, और कोडिंग मैं साथ में करती थी और DSA मेरा चल रहा था बिल्कुल. मैं लाइक पढ़ती जा रही थी साथ में. ऐसा नहीं था कि मुझे अच्छे से आता था, बट वो मेरा मिडिल ऑफ पार्ट था. सो मैंने सबसे पहले जो पार्ट लिया था हैकाथॉन में वो थी SIH, स्मार्ट इंडिया हैकाथॉन. तो वो सबसे पहले हैकाथॉन थी मेरी. उस हैकाथॉन में मैंने पार्टिसिपेट लिया था. हमारी 6 मेंबर्स की टीम थी. उस टीम में हमने प्रोजेक्ट चूज़ किया था वुमेन सेफ्टी. दैट वाज वेरी वी कैन से वायरल टॉपिक एट दैट टाइम एंड वी वांटेड टू टेक दैट टॉपिक. सो वी chose that topic and we started thinking that how we can make it unique from all others projects. In that hackathon, I learned how to divide tasks, how to manage team members, and then how to make a project perfectly possible. So I tried to handle all of these things alone myself. If none of them, like if someone is busy or someone is new to the tech stack, they can't learn that in a one day. So I need to take the ownership on myself. So I learned these things from that hackathon, and I tried and I did to complete a project in that timeline.
Okay.
And the second hackathon was Nagara hackathon. That hackathon was Crack a Code. So it was season 3, Crack a Code 3.0. So in this hackathon, firstly we need to make a project according to given problem statements. They have given us 3 to 5 problem statements, and we need to make a project on that problem statement. Then we need to submit our zip folders with our code and all to them. Then if our project stand out, then they will shortlist us to present that project in front of them in their headquarters. So we chose one problem statement. It was only a 2 members team, me and one of my friend. So we started making that project. The topic was to make a project on Smart Serve. The project name was Smart Serve AI. So in that project, we need to give a predict amount that how much ingredient will be used to make a particular dish, so that we can reduce the wastage of food. So that project was mainly about reducing the wastage of food and giving you ideas that how you can use your food without wasting them, without throwing them. So our project was basically to reduce the wastage of food. So we implemented AI in that project, and we implemented that project with trying to add more new features, making the UI better and interactable. And then when we submitted that project, so that project got shortlisted to be presented at their headquarters. So we called there. So we presented our project as well. And that was also a very good experience. It was my second hackathon, and the third hackathon was FLIPKART.
Okay. So what do you think was the role of Sigma in your entire journey?
The role of Sigma is like there is very vital role of Sigma in getting placement in FLIPKART, because FLIPKART OA rounds has totally DSA concepts, advanced DSA concepts, and that concepts can only be learned from a course like Sigma, because Sigma helps you learn the DSA in such a deep and explained in examples, with examples in a practical way that you can never forget them. Yeah, that like you can not forget them till your placement, because it helps you to learn in such a thorough way. I watched your videos, like the way you explain with the help of diagrams. You make the sketch diagrams. You also help us to understand the code. You also dry run the code. So, and also the best thing about the course is you give us the questions in the video as well, so that we can learn parallelly, not just listening. We can also do this practical learning at the same time. So it is the best thing to learn. It is the best way to keep the thing in the mind. That's why Sigma plays very vital role to keep me learning and to remind me the DSA concepts at the OA round time and the interview round time.
So when you finally got the offer, what was your parents' reaction when you told them about it?
Yes, so they were already waiting for, as my third year was about ending. So I wanted them to get to know that I'm placed. But as third year was ending and I'm already in depression, how will I get placement? And then when I got the FLIPKART placement offer, I was already in shock. Like how will I tell my parents? They will get so much happy. They will get so much happy. So when I told them, they were surprised, totally surprised. So they were not surprised because I get the placement. They surprised that I get the placement at such early stage. They were so surprised. They said, "We know that you will get a placement in better company. We already know, but you get in such early stage. You are." So they were so much happy. They gave me so much compliments. My university faculty members also, some of them gave me so much compliments. They gave me so much encouragement, like how I did so much hard work, and I did alone everything from my university. So these all things encouraged me, and all of them showed so much happiness to me. I know that they were so much happy about, like, after listening about this.
So can we say that you were the first one in your batch to get placed? Not get placed, but to get selected for the opportunity in fourth year?
Yes, we can say from my batch, I'm the only one who got placement in FLIPKART. And yes, and off-campus placement in FLIPKART.
That too off campus. So that's a really great thing. And we can see that you've put in a lot of hard work in the background. You've worked very hard. फर्स्ट ईयर से ही, सेकेंड ईयर से ही काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हैं जो आपने करना स्टार्ट किया. सो दैट इज़ रियली गुड. एंड जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स आज सृष्टि की कंप्लीट जर्नी को देख रहे होंगे, आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट एंड आई होप कि सृष्टि की जर्नी से जो इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन्स उन्होंने शेयर किए वो हम अपनी जर्नी के अंदर भी इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, सो दैट वी डोंट एंड अप मेकिंग द सेम मिस्टेक्स. वी ऑल्सो स्टार्ट अर्ली, क्योंकि स्टार्ट अर्ली करने का एक एडवांटेज ये होता है कि यू हैव टाइम टू गो एंड पार्टिसिपेट इन हैकाथॉन्स लेटर ऑन. एंड हैकाथॉन्स वंस अगेन, जैसे सृष्टि की जर्नी में आर अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गो आउट देयर टू गेट सम प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस. उसके साथ में हमारे रेज्यूमे को भी इन्हांस करता है एंड उसके थ्रू वी गेट अ लॉट ऑफ गुड प्लेसमेंट एंड इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी. अपॉर्चुनिटीज़। सो काफ़ी सारे हैकाथॉन्स के नाम सृष्टि ने भी शेयर किए, उनको हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं इफ़ वी आर एलिजिबल फॉर देम, एंड ट्राई टू अप्लाई ऑफ कैंपस के अंदर भी, मतलब सिर्फ कैंपस पे रिलाई नहीं करना, ऑफ कैंपस में भी जाके चीज़ों को ट्राई आउट करना है। एंड अगर हम स्किल्ड हैं तो हमें डेफिनेटली एक अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी ज़रूर मिल रही होगी। सो आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट इंटरव्यू के अंदर। टिल देन कीप लर्निंग एंड कीप एक्सप्लोरिंग।
I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, let our ties in the hurt.